Hi friends, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Claudia Andrea, and I'm excited to talk to you about something that is not so exciting actually today, but a topic that affects a lot of people in very scary ways. It has affected me and my family personally, actually on both sides of with my mother's grandmother having Alzheimer's and my father's aunt having Alzheimer's. But today we're going to put a little positive spin on it, and I'm going to bring you an exciting new tool that'll give you hope in a case that feels very hopeless at times. And I'm going to invite you to join me as we talk to Jazmin Gedikian, who is the creator of a super exciting and innovative app called Maiti. Hi!
Hi, Claudia. How are you?
Well, how are you?
Very good. Thanks.
Good. So I present you Jazmin. She is a young woman who has created this exciting app called Maiti to be able to help people who are suffering with Alzheimer's themselves, as well as their caretakers and their family and friends, to be able to support them in a way that they will not only feel supported, but also feel independent, as that is something that is very important, especially in the early stages of Alzheimer's. So tell us a little bit about what inspired this app.
So this is a mobile app that you can also have in your tablets or iPads. I was inspired at first. I was had to do my thesis for my university in order to graduate from my bachelor's degree. So I had to, I was thinking, what can I do? And suddenly I saw like a series on Netflix.
Mhm.
It was a Spanish one, living without a permit. Oh,
Mhm.
sorry?
Permission without permission?
Yeah, yes, that one. So when I was looking at this at Netflix,
Mhm.
I remember also that when I was smaller, I had a grandma that had also dementia, not
Mhm.
Alzheimer's, but one kind of dementia. So I was starting to think, oh, so what can I do in order to help these people? Like, I can see that Nemo in this on Netflix is like, oh, I try to continue with all my company by myself and not tell anyone.
Mhm.
So at first was like, let's make an app in order for them to remember everything, do everything by themselves, and maybe keep Alzheimer as a secret. And then I realized that that was not possible. So I was like, I'm going to do this in order for these people to use it with their families, their caregivers. So it's like they use it all together in order for helping people with Alzheimer's disease to remember how to dress, remember what to eat, how to eat, remember their appointments, their doctor appointments, their medicines. It's like all everything in one app. It has also the GPS in order for them not to get lost or to see where they are if we don't know if they are at home or something. So it's like it has a very good feedback from other people that have already downloaded the app.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
can imagine. It's super exciting. I always, when I talk to you about it, I want to congratulate you because I think this is such a beautiful goal and achievement to be able to, not only for yourself and in your career and what you're doing, but also, and most importantly, for the people that it serves. And like I said, this is a topic that is very hopeless. It's very sad. It's very confusing. It's very complicated, and it has lots of different stages, right? So at first, someone might think they have it, then they might get diagnosed with it, and they might be ashamed, they might be scared. They, like the man you mentioned in the series on Netflix, didn't want to tell anyone at first and wanted to see if he could hide it. And then at some point, people start realizing that they're forgetting things, and that scares them. Later you get to a point where they're so they forget so many things and the people around them, that my hope as someone who loves someone with Alzheimer's is that they are so far gone out of their memories that they're not suffering because they're not aware of what's going on. But sadly the people around them are suffering for many different reasons. And so I love that not only you're trying to help the patient themselves with remembering, how to get dressed, or their doctor's appointments, or their medications, how much to take, when to take them, in case they get lost, and how to find their way back home. but also the people around them who want to be involved and want to help, you know, as however they can, to be able to not only help them when they need it, but also respect their privacy and their independence and support their independence.
Yes, that's what we also have the therapy sessions
Mm-hmm.
in order to help everyone. Like if you feel overwhelmed and you don't have anyone to talk to, you can talk with us. We are here to help you. We are here for you. That's what Maiti is about, to help everyone and make their life, not just for the patient, but also for the caregivers and the family members to feel better and have like a better quality of life.
Yeah, I love that. It's such a beautiful endeavor, especially with you, you know, maybe not being directly affected to it from it at first, but just seeing the need. And I think anyone who sees somebody suffering with Alzheimer's wants to help in some way. And I really congratulate you for doing that. I think it's so beautiful. It seems like you almost put your life plan aside to be able to take this on, to be able to help people. And it's helping already. Can you tell us a little bit about the people who are using it?
Yes, so we have a lot of people that has download. We already have more than 500 downloads. When I saw
Awesome.
that, I was like very excited.
Wonderful.
Um, yes, that's on the Play Store because it's on the iOS. It just launched like a few weeks ago. So this week, I also, after the other live we made the other day, I had a lot of feedback about the app, that they loved it, that they were going to use it for their own grandparents, some friends, or because it's, even though it's just for, it's made especially for people with Alzheimer. You can use it like with um, I don't remember the name in English.
Dementia?
We no 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 old people, but yeah, sorry.
Seniors. Yeah, older
Yeah,
people.
with seniors, that's why. Because it happens also, like I told you, with my grandma, she's 90 and it's like, I don't remember sometimes what I have to take. I had to take too many medicines. So it's like
Right.
they told me that they are using it, that they like it, that it has like, it helps them a lot in order to them to organize. Also, there was someone who texted me and was and told me like, I lost my grandparent and I didn't know where to find him. And as he took his phone, I went and looked for him, and there he was. And I was like, oh my God, he's
Wow.
here. And because I don't know in the States, but I saw a lot of things in Argentina that there's like when they get lost, you see in the newspaper, my dad got lost or something. He has dementia, and where help us find him. And like this person was like very grateful about it, because he was like, oh my God, I found my dad, my grandparent, I don't remember exactly.
Uh-huh.
And he was very grateful that he it was able to find him so quickly.
Yeah, that's an invaluable gift. I shared in our conversation in Spanish that, and by the way, Jazmin is talking to us from Argentina, and I am so impressed with your English. It's wonderful.
Thank
um,
you.
so I shared about my aunt who she passed away in September. She had Alzheimer's, and she was in Chile, the south of Chile. But we have family in the south of Argentina, and they were visiting there, and all of a sudden they couldn't find her, and she had left. And fortunately, the police found her right away. But like you said, there's so many people where they've been gone, you know, maybe a day or two, and after that, you get really scared. So that's
Yes.
a beautiful. I mean, your app helped to potentially save a life. That's wonderful.
Yes,
Wow.
that's very good. So
It,
yeah, like what we are trying to do is like we hope that we are able to be analyzed like by some people, psychiatrists, in order for telling us if we can, or what can we do in order to make this disease, because it's not something that can be cured. That's a thing, but we can do our most to make the disease go slower. That's what we want to achieve with Mighty.
wow.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah. Well, and I want to keep mentioning some of the features as people come in. And like I said, we're talking to Jazmin, who's created this app for help to for people who have Alzheimer's and their family and friends. And I mentioned to you before that I, being so far away from my aunt, who I, you know, was really aware of and checking up on constantly, it was always negative. You know, it was always sad news. You know, she's talking less, she remembers us less. But as someone who loves her and was far away, I wanted to find a way to help her. And the best I could do was just to talk with her, even if she didn't remember who I was, or she was repeating herself or telling me stories of things that never happened. But also be there for my dad, who was taking care of her. And because of what's going on in the country right now, there were family who wanted to help take care of her, but they couldn't, they couldn't travel. And so it's so important that your app takes into consideration the caregiver and the people who want to, the person who's there taking care of them on the daily, but then also people like me who are far away and want to check up on them, with also, like I said, respecting their independence and encouraging their independence to be able to, figure out how to dress themselves and how to cook different things. Tell me a little bit more about those features that kind of remind them daily on how to help
Yes.
be more independent.
Okay, so there's a feature called what to wear. First of all, the app is just in Spanish,
Yes.
but we're going to we're
Yeah,
going
and I do.
to translate it after. Yeah.
Yes, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I forgot to mention the apps right now is only in Spanish, but there's a plan to have it in English. But in the meantime, there's people who might be listening who know somebody who only speaks Spanish who can recommend the app to them. And I think the more people go and download it and play with it, then more success, and we can get the English version faster, and maybe other languages as well.
Yes, of course. That's what we want to achieve, like help everyone in all the world. A very big goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we have is like what to wear. Is where the caregivers and family members will be able to upload the clothes, like everything, not just a shirt. Sorry, I don't remember the name in English.
Yeah, like
Um,
the pieces of the outfit, right?
yes, like everything in one. So like if they have to go maybe to a meeting or go just shopping, they can see, oh, I can wear my shirt with these trousers. And it also has like a condition that when if it's raining or something, the apps in what to wear, it tells the patient, so they remember to take tells them to remember to take the umbrella, or if it's sunny, to take maybe water or something for the sun or something for the cold. It's like I don't remember. Sometimes I don't realize it's raining, and I like see and okay, I better take an
Right.
umbrella. It's like very useful for everyone that.
Right.
Yeah, but also, well, we have what like it's when it's time to eat, it has a
Mm-hmm.
feature to help that helps them to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Where yes, also the caregivers and family members will be able to upload their own recipes. It will help them to make, like, for example, coffee or maybe a salad, simple dishes, the ones they want. It's divided like in lunchtime, dinner time, snacks, or tea time, in order for them to be able to cook whatever they want at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds them to, okay, you just finished preparing everything. Now it's time to put everything on the oven or the microwave. And it reminds them also to turn off the oven. I mean, we are not 100% sure they were going to do it, but it's like, okay, I'm reminding you, and it's not like, maybe if they are doing it with someone next to them, they
Mm-hmm.
will be like, okay, it just sound the alarm. Is the person going to do it or not, or did
Right.
he realize or not? It's like a more way of doing it without being all over the patient. So it's like better for everyone.
Yeah.
And also, yeah.
Yep.
So we also have a part that is family and friends, where they will be able to upload their family members, their close friends, where they will be able to see the relationship they have, upload up to 3 photos of them. And it also tells them their birthdays. So it's like they will be able to remember who the person is, what relationship they have, how old is the person. They can call
Wow.
them from the app. Like it has a call button where they can call them. It tells them where they live, everything. So it's like everything there. Well, yeah.
That's so beautiful. I think that's one of the most heartbreaking things when you live with someone who has Alzheimer's, is when they forget who you are, or they forget your name, or they don't recognize you. Wow, that's beautiful. You've thought of everything. And
Yes.
you mentioned, I want to highlight that earlier you said you have a feature for them to contact a therapist. So the patient and the caregiver could talk to a therapist from the app through another service, right? To be able to get support.
Yes, the therapy sessions are just for caregivers and family members, but if they want to have also a session with the patients, it is available, but they are not able to ask for it by the app. They have to ask their caregivers.
Okay. And the other feature I wanted to mention is I think you said the app has games or, you know, brain exercises as well as physical exercises to keep them well, right?
Yes, it's divided. They have games in order for them to play, being able to exercise their memory, and also we have the app is linked with YouTube videos where they can do exercise for seniors, where they can also, while they are doing some exercise, practice practicing some words like repeating and everything. So it's like it's all think about for them to use their energy during the day, because it's also I read about this a lot, and it says that people who suffer from this disease, they don't sleep at night. It's very difficult. So it's like they sometimes they are more active at night. So it's like we are trying to do everything to help everyone and make it, as I said before, like make their life easier, but have a better life quality. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I mentioned to you too, if you know, my dad would say he could maybe relax when my aunt went to sleep, but even when you're sleeping, you're worried that they're going to go somewhere or turn the oven on or you know, get disoriented. So
Yes.
anything that can help to give you peace of mind or maybe give you alerts or even for the patient to feel like they have a companion with them when they go to bed by themselves, right, on their nightstand or next to them. Um, I wanted to ask you why Maiti, and that kind of goes in with the companion, right? But tell us about the name.
Okay, so the name resulted from while we were here in quarantine here in Argentina, like we couldn't go out from home, and there was a friend of my sister that was staying at home. As I told you before, she stayed like here for 2 weeks, and I was like, I was told that I need to find a name that was friendly, that was short, that everyone liked it. So we were always telling her like, Mighty, help us with this, Mighty, help us with everything. And I was one day I came to her and asked her, can I put? Yes, it's on the App Store. Sorry, I just read the question. um, so I told her, are you okay if I put the app your name? And she was like, yeah, sure, I like it. And she was like very grateful that we used her name for this app. And yeah, everyone they liked it, and it's like very friendly. I thought it like, for example, when we have I have iPhone and I have to ask something to Siri, and it's like I was thinking, is Siri can Mighty be like Siri or something like
Right.
that? And it was like, yeah, it sounded good. So
Yeah.
it was like I think that it was a very good name.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. And it's very universal too. No matter what the language, that's something that's easy to pronounce, you know?
Yes,
And it has a friendly ring to it. I like it. Yes, I thank you, Bill. He asked if it's on the App Store, and it's so exciting because it just got on the Apple App Store, which is so
yes.
exciting. And I want to ask you, how can people help support this? Even if it's only in Spanish right now, I would think everyone go download it. It's free to download, play around with it, maybe give feedback on what you think, you know, works and what could be more helpful.
Yes, that would be like the best thing they can do. They tell us if they see something they don't like or something we can do better. That would be like the best way in order for us in order to make it better and continue improving the app,
Yeah.
because
And
it's made for these people especially. So it's like the people who suffer from this, not just the patients, but their families. They are the only ones that can tell us what we can do in order to improve.
right. Yeah, and I encourage everyone who is intrigued and excited by this, which I would think would be everyone, to share this live or to send it to people who speak Spanish or know someone who speaks Spanish. And, you know, I hate to say it this way, but even if you don't know someone who has Alzheimer's, you may at some point, you know, sadly, there's people who are getting diagnosed all the time. But it's not only Alzheimer's, it's dementia, or like you mentioned, just people who are starting to have memory loss. I kind of joke that I could even use it because my short-term memory is so bad. Like I'll remember birthdays of my friends from, you know, my childhood, but I won't remember if I locked my car or if I locked the door.
The same happens to me.
Right. And so, so yeah, I've already downloaded it to help support and check it out. It looks wonderful. It looks very professional, very easy to use, you know, user friendly. But I want to play around with it and even, excuse me, even try things for myself. I love the idea also that you mentioned of how it reminds you about the weather. I'm so, you know, easygoing with that. I don't even check the weather or prepare properly. And so those are beautiful things, if anything, even as young people, to kind of get in the habit of, right, and to be more proactive with.
Yes, it also happens. Well, my grandma, she's, as I told you before, she's 90, but she doesn't have any problems. She's like, her health is great. And she's like, sometimes when she doesn't feel good, she goes to the hospital and she doesn't tell anyone. And now I download her the app. So every time, like, I want to know if because she says that when she goes to the hospital, she takes her phone. So now every time I don't find her at her home, I'm like, where is she?
You're spying.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, and I love that idea of, you know, not just helping people with Alzheimer's and their family and friends, but you know, we were saying earlier about how it kind of makes the family and friends is like a secret spy, where they're kind of spying on what's going on with the patient, but they're not letting them know, that they're not hovering over them and, you know, pressuring them and making them feel, you know, a lot of people I think feel like a child because all of a sudden they're the person that needs to be taken care of. And it's not a good feeling to feel like they're a patient or they're a burden to somebody, you know?
Yes, that's what we also have, like a special feature that's called homework. That's just for the patient, where they can upload anything. Like, for example, if they have to water the plants or anything, it will be able to see by by the families or the caregivers, but they will not be able to do anything with it. It's just for the patients in order for them to have like their own things. And it will go like, there's a button also that tells them what is their routine. And if they didn't put that homework was realized, they will be able to see it every day. But it doesn't have an alarm or anything. It's just for them to look at it and add things or put if they are realized or not.
That's great. Bill asked about GPS tracking, and yes, we were talking about if the patient leaves the home, we're able to track them through GPS, but also if they themselves kind of get disoriented and need to find their way back home, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, so the app has GPS where they will be able to see where is their family and friends that are uploaded in the app, and also if they get lost or something, we'll be able to see where the person is, and we're also going to like, I don't know if 2 or 3 weeks maybe, is going to be a new update in the app where we'll be able to see, for example, if they are away from home, like 500 kilometers, 1 kilometer away, you will be able to set it up. It will send you like an alarm telling you like the person left their home, and to see that maybe they told you that they went to the supermarkets next to your place, and suddenly you see like they went far away, and
Right.
so you will be able to see the alarm and see like why they went there, why they are like escaping. It's going to be like a security range for the app for the person when they leave their place,
Wow.
just to be sure where they are. Yes,
That's wonderful.
geofencing. Yeah.
Wow, that's a huge gift, to give peace of mind, if anything, for a lot of people.
Yes, we just hope they don't forget their phones.
Right. Right. And maybe there's a case or something that's, you know, goes in their, I don't know, dress or whatever. Maybe you come up with products
Yes,
that are going to accompany that.
maybe afterwards.
I'm sure it's a lot of work for you.
Yes, now we are like every day trying to improve everything, like checking what we can do better. So I think like this, maybe next week we're going to release a new update with a lot of things that from the feedback we had that we are going to change and everything. So we are improving it every day, like 24/7, because I can sleep like with all the text that I receive from the programmers from the app. So it's like, yeah, we were able to make these like this as we were told. Like we liked it. Everyone is like very enthusiastic about it. So we're all the time trying to improve.
Right. And that's so wonderful to have that team, because it is something that you want everyone to kind of their heart to be in it, to be motivated to go deeper and further and help more people. And tell us a little bit, because this is app development is a brand new thing for you, right? What were you studying before you went on this journey?
Yes, so I received last year in during quarantine,
Hmm.
I received my bachelor's degree in business.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yes.
And it
Oh,
was,
link it. Yeah. So sorry, I
oh,
was
so
reading the
that's
question.
okay. So Bill says link it to a watch and have that on a fence around the phone. Yeah. So
Should, yeah, but it's something very difficult to do. Like after we have all everything like perfect in the app, we want to like to maybe be able to synchronize it with the Apple Watch or a smartwatch or something like that. Yeah,
okay.
that's something for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got your bachelor's in business, and what kind of plans did you have for that business degree? This kind of lines up with it, is that right?
Yes, this was I had to do a business plan, and my business plan was this app.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started like researching, it was like, oh, there's nothing similar in the market. Like there's
Oh.
maybe some apps, but the competition, the like, well, like as I see it as a business,
Right.
as
Is there something?
a from the business plan, there's
Mm-hmm.
no competition because
Mm-hmm.
maybe partially competition because you have the GPS or
Right.
maybe like a calendar, but it's there's nothing that has all that we have. We have maybe some competition in Spain that's just on Spanish
Mm-hmm.
for them to upload like photos and remember their families or about games.
Mm-hmm.
And also I saw there was an app on English, but it's just for reminding them their appointments, medicine.
Oh, okay.
There's no app that helps them how to dress, remembers them to take the umbrella, or it's maybe a coat if it's cold.
Right.
It doesn't have like also the family member, sorry, not family members, the therapy sessions. Like we
Mm-hmm.
put it's a lot of things in one app.
Yes.
So yeah,
It's
we're
remarkable.
able to help
Yeah, I'm
a lot
super
of
excited
people.
for you. Yeah. I'm super excited for you and the people who are benefiting from it, which is so many. And like I mentioned before, Alzheimer's is something that affects so many people in such a negative way. There's no cure. You know, we kind of, as soon as we find out what it is, we kind of just prepare for the worst, and then the worst comes. And so this is giving a little glimmer of hope in a place that feels really hopeless.
Yes, that's always the feedback we get. Like everyone is so excited, like being able to continue with their lives. And because when someone, as you said, is diagnosed with this disease, they are like, at first they are like, okay, so I have Alzheimer's, so what can I do? I know that I will forget things, and the family is like trying to help them, make them everything for them, and that's we do it like from our heart, but it's like not the best way to help them because the best way to help them is to help them stimulate their brain
Right.
and playing games or doing exercise, like doing everything in order to try and stop the going on quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I remember when I got to visit my aunt before the last time I saw her, my dad had gotten her a book of mandala art to color.
Yes,
And then with the kids she would play dominoes, and so those are great, you know, ways for her to stay stimulated and to also be with other people, have her time alone and be creative, but then also you know, be with the kids and get involved in a way that will stimulate her mind and also communication, you know.
yes, because when they well, when someone is also diagnosed, you're like maybe some people is like they see it like they are ill, they don't want to be with that person, so being able for them to continue playing or doing things is like the way to continue like their social life and not being like off from everything.
Yes, yes. I also notice, I think, like you said, a lot of family are kind of scared to come around because I think it's in our nature to want to fix things, and this is something we can't fix, and there's not
Yes,
much hope we can give. But I just want to remind everyone that your presence is so needed. You know, sadly we saw that a lot of family weren't coming around as much, and that's all she needed. And I think even if they forget your name or who you are, just to hold their hand or just the presence there can mean so much. Especially as you know, it keeps going downhill, and you know, you kind of just await for I don't know, for it to get worse.
Yeah.
It's a really sad scenario, but like I said, this is a little glimmer of hope, and I congratulate you. I'm so excited
Thank
for
you.
this, yeah, for the birth of this technology, of this idea, but more importantly for this willingness to want to help people. Let us know how we can help support the growth of it, because we definitely want it to get in the hands of everybody who needs it.
Yes, so just by sharing this live where people can know about the app and downloading, using it, giving us your feedback, your reviews, that will be like the best way for us to improve it, because it's just, like I said before, it's just for these people, like they are the only ones that are able to, that we are going to be able to say like, okay, this is good for us, or this is not working, this is like maybe nobody used it. So maybe some features. So the only way for them to, for all the people to download it and tell us what they think, if it's working or not.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so here's the homework and the recap for everybody. The app is currently only available in Spanish, but will be coming out in English soon, and hopefully other languages as well. So for you to support it, please send this live and send the information to anybody who speaks Spanish, anybody who's suffering any kind of memory loss or could use the help of these reminders. You yourself, go ahead and download it. It's free to download right now. And just play around with it and see, you know, how it feels. If you have any suggestions on what could work better, please send her messages on Maiti.app. Is that the Instagram?
Yes, Maiti.app.
And then share it with anyone who could use it. Sadly, we know too many people who are suffering from memory loss or Alzheimer's. And like we said, this is a glimmer of hope in a hopeless situation, and a beautiful gift that Jazmin is giving to the world.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any last words, or any where is there a website they can find you at, or is it Instagram the best contact?
Yeah, they if they go to Instagram, Maiti.app, they will be able to also find an email where they can send us, or a WhatsApp account also where they can text us. And also, if not, the website is MaitiLLC.com.
Perfect.
Okay. So they will be able to find everything also on Instagram.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jazmin, for this gift you're giving to the world. Thank you so much for your presence, and
thank you
for all this information. It's wonderful. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and hopefully we'll do a live soon when we have in English and we have some new updates.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Awesome.
We'll do it also. Thank you very much, Claudia.
Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye-bye.